Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Porn and Capitalism. I'm your host, Markus Olind. On today's episode, I'm going to start with this week's porn star of the podcast. We have a legend today. If you watch porn, if you're a connoisseur, if you're a fan of the art form like I am, you know who I am talking about when I say introducing this week's porn star of the podcast. It is Lisa Ann. That's right. We got Lisa Ann this week. One of the most legendary porn stars probably of all time, I would say. When you're talking about female porn stars, all-time legends, I think Lisa Ann has to be in the conversation for sure. Episode 15 is when I finally got to her. I did want to go through quite a few other ones. I didn't want to just go straight to the Michael Jordan of porn, but I think Lisa Ann might just be one of the tops. So here we go. We got a bio brought to you by Pornhub because they have a hilarious bios. I am going to look at her Wikipedia a little bit and her website, but let's just start with the bio. When it comes to queens of porn, you cannot avoid hearing about Lisa Ann. The busty brunette MILF has already become porn royalty, an industry legend with more than 500 XXX hardcore movies under her belt. This queen has been known to take it all in from behind and from behind. Take it in from behind and from behind the camera as well. Oh yes, she does direct. She has been an actress, producer, and director of award-winning adult movies that usually focus on the fact that Lisa Ann loves sticking her perfect round ass in your face, squatting it down onto your cock, and then walking back to her director's chair so she can start telling other porn stars how to perform even better when it's their turn to entertain. Lisa Ann is one of the hottest and hardest working women in the porn industry. The MILF runs her own talent agency at XXX Studio and is also a famous American sports radio personality. It's not just her tits that are big. The busty brunette also has a big, beautiful brain. Few women in skin biz history, never heard that. Few women in skin biz history can compare to her whole package of looks, sexuality, brains, and passion for performing. Her most famous role to date was one in which she famously parodied Sarah Palin for Hustler video in the wildly popular Who's Nailin' Palin? I think everyone remembers that one. We just had an election, 2008. That was a great one. 2008 was great, remember? Who's Nailin' Palin series, where we got to see her great sense of humor and comedic timing while also getting to live out the fantasy of shoving a hard cock balls deep into Sarah Palin. There we go. This smoking hot MILF is a native of Pennsylvania. Born in 1972, she started dancing in a strip club called Al's Diamond Cabaret in the 90s and got the chance to meet some industry legends who came to the club. Like her ass, her ambitions were big and magnificent. After moving to California to pursue her porn star wet dreams, Lisa Ann began to change the entire perception people had about porn stars. Back in the 90s, 18-year-old blondes were boss, and it didn't matter if the curtains matched the drapes, because bald vagina was fashionable. Wow, bald vagina was fashionable in the 90s. Okay. It might still be fashionable. Instead of dyeing her hair or shaving her snatch, Miss Ann decided to keep her gorgeous brunette locks. From the beginning, Lisa Ann made her own rules, and that turned out to be her smartest decision of all. Okay. When the movie American Pie was released and Stifler's mom became a global sensation, Lisa Ann was poised to make her move. It was at that moment when MILFs became a niche on par with tight teen starlets of the prior decade. Starting off her adult career as a contract girl for Metro Cal Vista, before leaving the industry in 1997, she has made a name for herself as a mature porn star and helped to redefine the term sex symbol to include women in their 30s, 40s, and beyond. Returning to the skin biz in 2006, Lisa made herself into a top porn star on the planet. With her pouty lips, heaving tits, and amazing ass, Lisa Ann started getting into roles as a sex-crazed power cougar, the bitchy boss, sensitive and caring stepmom, and more. She goes from sucking cock to licking pussy without missing a stroke. That's impressive. She goes from sucking cock to licking pussy without missing a stroke. Her epic return is the most celebrated with her portrayal of Sarah Palin, the vice presidential nominee. To prepare herself, she watched the vice presidential debate and started studying Tina Fey. The role opened up her exposure to mainstream media. Even wider that it opened her exposure to mainstream media, even wider than Lisa can spread her legs, as Lisa Ann began muff diving her way right into the Hollywood spotlight. After she brought sexy back into politics, she became the first MILF to get her own fleshlight sex toy. Isn't that amazing? Big fan of the fleshlight here in the podcast. At every turn, Lisa Ann continues to solidify her position in the industry as porn royalty, the MILF du jour, and comeback queen. In 2015, Lisa Ann once again retired from performing in the adult industry, but she still makes appearances at shows like Exotica and the AVN Awards. Lisa has won just about every award out there, including being inducted into the XRCO Hall of Fame. Lisa Ann is the ultimate MILF fantasy, and her Pornhub ranking proves it. Do we have that ranking? She is the 24th ranked porn star right now. Number 24 on Pornhub, 871 million views, 607,000 subscribers. She is 48 years old. She's a Taurus. 38 double Ds, 20-inch and 34-inch ass. 20-inch waist, 34-inch ass. And then 5 foot 2, 110 pounds. She has fake boobs. She has piercings. And, yeah, hair color brunette. There we go. That's Lisa Ann. Like I said, one of the most legendary porn stars in the industry. I did want to look at her Wikipedia. So, like I mentioned, she did quit porn in 1997 due to the AIDS scare in the industry. That's what it says here on Wikipedia. However, she resumed in 2006. So she actually took time off of work because of a pandemic. That's interesting. With all the things going on today, that is interesting if you ask me. Yeah, and it's talking a lot about, that's really, I think what probably made her the most famous was that Sarah Palin, Nailin' Palin. I mean, that one really, at that time, Sarah Palin was the hottest thing on TV, And, yeah, she pretty much was just like, fuck it, dude. I can parody that one pretty good, and she did. I am looking up here. Here we go. She has campaigned, Lisa Ann has campaigned to destigmatize interracial pornography by speaking out about the treatment of black performers in the industry and the lack of work for them. She also wants to help transform the industry to give performers pensions, health insurance, and career guidance. So she's like an actual activist in the industry, which I think it's cool, That's why I think it's important to highlight these people, You're just jerking off to them all day. I'm over here trying to give you the lowdown. That's Lisa Ann. She does have her official website, thelisaann.com. She's got some good stuff on here, some 4K videos. Oh, she's got one with Lisa Ann and Kira Noir. Kira Noir was porn star of the podcast, I believe, episode 2, perhaps. I think it was episode 2. Man, now I'm just looking at porn. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close that down. I didn't want to get too distracted by that, I wanted to give you the porn star of the podcast up front. I want to get that out of the way, I want to start doing that up front. I think some people really just want to watch it. I've been posting the videos on Twitter. They get way more traction than anything else. I'm like, give the people the porn up top. Fuck it. We'll just give them the porn up top. That's what they want. You got to adapt. That's part of capitalism, You got to adapt to an ever-changing marketplace. In this case, I don't think the marketplace ever changed. People always want porn. People always want to see tits first. It draws you in. That's why Hooters is a business at all. It's not because of the food. It's because of the tits. It's all because of the tits. And, honestly, I think both political campaigns could have probably used tits a little bit more effectively this time around. I don't think either campaign really used sex to sell that well. And I know when it comes to politics, a lot of people don't want to bring sex into it, but look, it sells. If you don't think sex sells, watch TV for 20 minutes. If you'd have an erection in 20 minutes, I don't know what you're watching. Because no matter what it is on television, it is systematically designed. We talk about systematic racism in this country. The systematic sexualization of fucking everything in this country, we need to address. Everything is sexualized. And look, I just talked about a porn star for fucking 8 minutes. But let's be honest, that's what sells in this country. That's what people want. It's what people love. They love seeing those big fucking tits. They do. There's no way around it. I think sometimes people get a little, I think they get on their high horse about how moral people are. God fucking damn it. Are you shitting me? Are you fucking shit? I forgot to turn that fucking thing off. You know, you try to make a professional podcast. You do. You really try to make it professional. You start out by talking about a porn star, and then you try to bring it in with some social fucking criticism, and then your goddamn heater goes off. It's tough, man. It's tough. So Donald Trump still hasn't conceded. I don't know if he's planning on doing that anytime soon. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to fully run out the legal process. Obviously, Joe Biden has declared victory. He's been declared the winner by the lamestream media, if you believe in that shit. But here's the thing. If you compare it to the 2000 election, this is going to go for probably another month. It's going to go to court. There's already court cases in Michigan. I know there's court cases, I believe, in Pennsylvania. Arizona, I think, just got called for Biden officially. So Arizona's out. No more shot for Arizona for Trump. I think that's done. But I guess Michigan, they're recounting it. They're auditing it. Perhaps I saw that the Michigan GOP wants to audit the entire election. I heard in Georgia, they are going to do a full hand manual recount. They also have that very exciting runoff race. Ooh, what's more exciting than another election? Let's do it. Everybody move to Georgia, by the way. Every fucking Democrat's like, oh, we got to move to Georgia to get more votes. I want everyone in the country to vote for that. Everybody should be a Georgia citizen for that fucking runoff election. If it's that big of a deal, I think everybody in the country should get a fucking vote. Everybody. Criminals. Children. Animals. People who don't live. I think everybody in the world should get to vote for the 2 Georgia Senate seats. It's just what I believe. By the way, why do they have 2 Senate seats up at the same time? That's kind of weird. I don't know why. There's probably a reason for that. If I'd have done my fucking research. But no, I was busy looking up Lisa Ann, okay? Suck my fucking balls. That's what I wanted to look up. I wanted to make sure that there was a little bit of preparation done, and I wanted it done for what matters, and that's the tits, okay? That's what it is. I think people get, like I said, too high and mighty in this country about sexuality and not having all of it, that and the politics. That people, especially with politics, people try to act like we're all super moral motherfuckers. It's like, dude, no, we're not. We're pieces of shit. Everything is sold using tits and pussy and cock and balls and all of that. And now I'm supposed to pretend like the election isn't about tits? This is a tits election. Like I said last week on the podcast, this is the sticker they gave me. It says, I voted 100th anniversary of women voting, the 19th Amendment. And like I said last week on the podcast, had I known that was the fucking sticker I was going to get, I might have voted a little differently. Might have voted for the Trumpster. Didn't. Might have. Trump's still holding rallies. He's still holding them. And he said he's going to keep holding them. And every time he sells out, this guy can sell out a fucking park. Okay, I watch stand-up clips from great comedians like Mark Norman. He has this Park Norman series where he's doing comedy in Central Park, and nobody gives a fuck. He's one of the best comedians out right now, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody. Donald Trump holds a rally in a park. He didn't even have to be there. He just has his supporters who are like, we're all meeting up in the park. Everybody put your flags on your pickup truck. We're going to the park. And they go to the park. And they play songs. Basically, these Trump rallies are fish concerts for people who don't do drugs. That's really what they are. Nobody wants to be honest. People just want to have a good time. And honestly, what's wrong with that? Why can't Trump supporters just go and enjoy some Bruce Springsteen music that they definitely don't have the rights to play? Or, you know, a litany of other songs that they don't have the rights to. Just listen, just have fun. Why are we trying to take away people's fun? Why? Okay, and yes, I listened to Governor Whitmer's speech yesterday. Lady wants to cancel Thanksgiving? You want to cancel fucking Thanksgiving, lady? I thought it was crazy when she wouldn't open comedy clubs. She canceled I think 3 or 4 dates that I had, weekends, club weekends, got canceled because of this fucking lady. Now she wants to come after Thanksgiving. She wants to cancel the holidays. It's too much. It's too much. And I know I've railed against the governor way too many times, and I'm not going to stop, though. This lady fucking sucks, all right? She wants to cancel Thanksgiving, but not the Lions game. It's like, if you're going to do it right. Do it right, lady. Cancel the Lions game. It's not safe, because if the Lions play, somebody's going to die. All right, somebody in Michigan is going to have a bad day because the Lions fucking lost and it's COVID and you can't fucking do what you want to do and you're ruining the whole tradition of the shit and then the Lions fucking lose. Somebody's going to lose it, all right, because you know the Lions are going to go up and then they're going to blow it. That's how they do it. So COVID is on the rise, is my point. And I listened to the governor's speech and she had said something that really stuck to me. I put it out on Twitter, and this fucking douche canoe fucking tweeted back. He was like, oh, you're an idiot, bro. I was like, you're the idiot, all right? I'm never the idiot. You're the idiot. Okay? Just remember that. The governor had said that in the country we have about, I think every 3 days we have around 3,000 deaths in the country every 3 days. And she made the statement, it's like we have a 9/11 every 3 days. That's what the lady said. She's like, we have a 9/11 every 3 days. And I was like, really? We have a 9/11 every 3 days, huh? Fuck. Holy shit. We should do something about that, huh? We got a 9/11 every 3 days? We need to do something about that. We can't have that going on. And I tweeted, I was like, is it really a 9/11 every 3 days? Is it really the same? I know the numbers are the same, but only because numbers are the same doesn't mean the thing's the same. You understand that, right? That's the problem. Nobody took statistics. Nobody knows how statistics work. So they see numbers, and the numbers just happen to line up, and they think, boom, game over. But nobody wants to dive deeper into the numbers, okay? But I've dived deeper. And here's the difference. 9/11 was once. 9/11 was not a pandemic, unless you consider radical Islam a disease, but I'm going to let you say that, okay? I'm not going to go ahead and say that. I'm going to let you say that first, okay? But here's the thing. 9/11 wasn't a pandemic. It wasn't a virus, okay? We didn't know about it ahead of time. Or did we know about it ahead of time? Here's another thing I like to point out. 9/11 was a plot from an adversary of ours to try and kill Americans. Are you saying that coronavirus is a plot designed by our adversaries to kill Americans? Is that what you're saying, Governor Whitmer? Governor Whitmer, are you saying coronavirus was a planned attack from an adversary? Would you say that now, Governor Whitmer? Because you said it's like 9/11 every 3 days. You said it's worse than 9/11. 9/11 was a planned attack. You can say whether or not we had knowledge of it. I think we did. But what do you think it was, Governor Whitmer? Because you just said it's 9/11. So if it's 9/11, who do we bomb? Because if we're getting 9/11 every 3 days, where do we go invade? Do we go invade Iraq? Is that what we should do? Maybe we should invade Afghanistan. What's the solution, Governor Whitmer? What is it? Because we have a 9/11 every 3 days. So we got to do something. Also, if it is the same thing, I don't remember anyone bringing up masks or social distancing or hand sanitizer when 9/11 happened. So how similar are these two events? Is it just the numbers that line up and everything else is completely different about them? Is that what it is? Because it kind of sounds like that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. This fucking lady, dude, she's going to shut it down again, too. I know she's going to shut it down. She's going to shut it down right before my weekend at Mark Ridley's again. I know it. I fucking know it. I got rescheduled to do my weekend at Mark Ridley's in January. Day after Inauguration Day. She's going to shut it down. First day of Joe Biden's presidency, she's going to shut it down. I know it. I fucking know it. Woo. Getting heated. Can't deal with it, man. I can't deal with this shit. It's bad. It's killing me, man. It's been killing me. You know, some people are talking about the Biden tax plan. On the surface, yes, he says, I'm not going to raise your taxes if you make less than $400,000. But then I did see a very nice counterpoint to that. And that counterpoint was basically this. Well, sure, you're not going to raise their income tax. But if you're going to raise taxes on the business owners and the businesses, they're going to pass those taxes on to the customers. So basically, prices are going to go up for the people whose taxes didn't go up. So you take away their buying power. Now, buying power is one of those phrases that people who don't understand it, they don't fucking want to hear it. You start talking about buying power, they're like, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to know. Buying power. What does your money actually fucking buy you? When you have high inflation, your buying power goes to the shitter. All right? That's what happens. When you have a strong currency, you have strong buying power. But this is just all capitalist propaganda and bullshit. No, it's the way things work. It's how money works. All the AOC wants communism, and it's like, all right, well, how's that going to work, lady? How's that going to work? Why? Because you didn't get enough tips when you were a fucking bartender? Now you want communism? Great. This crazy bitch, oh my God. I saw this picture she tweeted. There was a Democrat, a fellow Democrat of hers from West Virginia. I don't know his fucking name. Mnuchin. It's not Mnuchin, but it's something with an M and a C-I-H-N. C-H-I-N. I don't know. This guy tweeted out, hey, I don't want to defund the police. I'm not down. We support law enforcement. That's what this guy tweeted out. And AOC tweeted out a picture of her like, just a mad face. Just her making a mad face. She's like, fuck you. And I'm like, oh, so you do want to defund the police? Because you also said you didn't the other day. So you kind of go back and forth, AOC. What is it with these... What is it with these ladies? Come on, Whitmer, AOC. What's the deal with these fucking ladies? Okay, what's the deal? When is Kamala going to throw me in jail? Tim Dillon made the great point when he said, you're going to get thrown in jail either way. Who do you want to throw you in jail? This nice black woman? She's going to throw you in jail. She's going to throw you in jail. It's going to happen. When? I'm waiting for the knock. I'm just smoking weed until I get the knock. It's hey, you got time to go to jail. And it's like, hey, you got open mic at the jail? Can I still get my stage time at the gulag? Everybody's now talking about they're going to start the gulags. And they're going to. They're just not going to name them gulags. That's what they do. They do the same thing and they call it something different. They're like, oh, it's not that. We named it something different. It's going to shit. Whole country's going to shit. And it's not like if Trump wins, it's going to be any better. It's going to shit either way. That's what I've been trying to say. And I think a lot of people see this now. It doesn't matter who the president is. It's going to hell. Okay? And it's because the people, it's like we are going through one of the most important and historic, probably 10-year periods in American history, and most of the population is just trying to go viral on TikTok. Think about that. Most of the population is just trying to go viral on a 15-second video where they're like, yeah, man, I'm on TikTok, and that's it. They're doing a dance, they got a cat, they're doing an accent or an impression or some fucking bullshit comedy routine. They just want to get 100 million likes. That's all they want. That's all anyone wants in this country. And here's the thing. If we get communism, does that mean we're all going to get the same amount of likes? Please, is that what it means? Are we all going viral? If we all go viral, none of us go viral, right? Isn't that how that works too? No? Okay. Seriously, how is that going to work? If we have communism, what the fuck? Is everyone getting the same amount of likes? Because here's the thing, the competition for attention and likes and going viral, that's capitalism. Ooh. Sorry to burst your bubble, millennials and Gen Xers and Zs and fucking ABC, Q, fucking QAnon, Q lesbian. I don't know who the fuck these kids are anymore, but hey, man, sorry to break it to you. You fucking suck. You're not cool. Nothing about you is cool. Your music sucks. Your comedy sucks. Everything about your haircut sucks. Your personality's the worst part about you. You talk to some of these young kids and it's like, maybe if they had a redeeming personality, because you hate everything else about these kids already. And then you talk to them and it's like, dude, if you at least had a cool personality, everything else about you, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would not care that you have 65 earrings in your finger and something like that. I don't give a fuck about that if you have a cool personality. But the personality is just like, holy Christ, man. You are awful. You're awful no matter what you look like. Get rid of the weird piercings. Get rid of the gauges. Get rid of the tats and the funky hair and the face tats and the fucking... and the tight jeans. Get rid of all of that, and what do you have left? Just a piece of shit. Just a shitty human being who thinks they're the shit because they got 100 million views on TikTok. And it's like, that's sweet, bro. What else? That it? That's it? Nice. So, what are you doing other than that? Nothing? Nice. We got a whole generation of people who don't do anything. What is the economy even built on anymore at this point? It's just people on TikTok. It's people on TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Those 4 apps and YouTube, those 5 apps, that's where everyone's at. I don't know what percentage of users are actually monetizing it, but it's got to be a small amount. And everyone else just works at a sandwich shop or delivers the sandwiches for the sandwich shop. Those are the only jobs. You make sandwiches, you deliver sandwiches, or you are a viral TikTok star. So 33% of the population is going to be sweet, and the other 2/3 are just going to be like, why doesn't my video get any traction? Oh shit, I got another delivery order for this fucking sandwich shop. I don't get it, man. I really don't understand where it's going. And like I said, it's not going to change. People who have hope, these motherfuckers who are like dancing because Biden won, I'm like, it was all white liberals. It was all white liberals because apparently Black Lives Matter was protesting Biden already. They're already protesting Joe Biden. I'm wondering if they're going to protest Kamala Harris. I want to know. That's when it gets interesting. When Joe Biden, unfortunately, passes away from the coronavirus vaccine, that is when it gets interesting. Because then it becomes Kamala, and the Black Lives Matter people are going to have to make a decision. Do we hate her? Or do we fuck with her? And right now, I don't know where they stand. Not a lot. Nobody voted for her. We know that. Nobody voted for her in the primaries. She actually was like the worst candidate. She had like one good roast of Joe Biden, which says that she roasted the shit out of Joe Biden. Nobody voted for her. She quit. Before she quit, she got lit up by Tulsi Gabbard. Sexy ass Tulsi Gabbard. Really sexy. Maybe we gotta profile Tulsi Gabbard on the podcast here at some point. Well, Tulsi Gabbard action, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, Kamala Harris was just so unpopular that, I'm wondering if Black Lives Matter is already protesting Joe Biden when he dies of the coronavirus vaccine that Pfizer has recently developed that is apparently effective 90%, but that 10% is going to kill Joe Biden. So basically, when Kamala Harris becomes president next year, where does Black Lives Matter stand on it? She's a woman of color and a descendant of a slave owner and a cop who threw a bunch of black dudes in jail for smoking weed. And now she's going to be the one who's like, hey guys, we're going to legalize weed. I'm like, I don't want to smoke your fucking weed, lady. If it makes me laugh like you laugh, I don't want to smoke it. And I love marijuana. I'm a big fan, but god damn it. Not if it makes me laugh like you, because you laugh like a crazy person. Like an insane individual. But that's where we're at. I never thought we would get to this point. But I never thought about the future looking like this. I don't know if anyone really predicted it. Maybe Elon Musk and Andrew Yang. But with this election, I really didn't see it going like this. Okay? Now, did I think there was going to be a whole ho-hum about mail-in ballots and shit? Yeah, I did. Did I think Fox News was going to completely turn their back on Donald Trump? I didn't see that one coming. Watching conservatives on Twitter fucking break up with Fox News has been the most hilarious thing ever. It's so funny. Watching all these super conservative, pro-America, pro-Second Amendment, pro-life fucking Americans on Twitter going like, I can't believe Fox News turned their back on us. Can you believe Fox News? And I'm like, man, you guys are starting to sound a lot like liberals. Be careful. You guys sound like liberals from 2 months ago. Literally, you guys sound like liberals from 2 months ago. And it's just been fun to watch. It's like watching a dumpster fire relationship. That's what it feels like. It's really what it feels like. Now, as we go into the final stretch of the year, I do want to plug real quick. I'm going to be in Ardmore, Oklahoma on Tuesday. Legendary Gushers Lounge in Ardmore, Oklahoma. I'm going to be at Hyenas in Fort Worth on the 20th and 21st of November. Get your tickets at hyenas.com. It's the Fort Worth location. Check me out there. And then I'll be back in Michigan. I got December 8th. December 8th, I will be at a show, I believe in St. Clair, Capone's in St. Clair, so I'll be there. And then January, like I said, Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle, comedycastle.com for tickets, January 21st, 2nd, and 3rd. And as more dates come, I'll let you guys know about those. But as I go into this final stretch of the year, and, COVID's making its comeback, what's really been interesting to me, as I listened to the governor's speech yesterday, she talked about the positivity rate on the tests. The positivity rate on the tests was about 10%. She was saying that's incredibly high. But only because she says it's really high, it doesn't mean I believe it. I tried to think about it, all right? So 10% of the people who take a COVID test positive for COVID. That means 90% of the people who get tested don't have COVID. Am I missing something? I know we have a 9/11 every 3 days. I understand that, and I'm saying invade Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran. Let's invade all three. Let's do it bigger this time. That's what I say. COVID is bigger than 9/11. Let's invade 3 countries. Let's do it. Come on. I know Dick Cheney. I just read yesterday Dick Cheney's going to be advising Joe Biden in the White House. I'm like, let's fucking go. We're back, baby. The army is back. The military is back in Iraq. And we're going to kick some fucking ass this time. We're not fucking around this time. That's right, Osama, his kid, or whoever. We're fucking it up. It's going to be real interesting, man, with Dick Cheney's brain back in the White House, man. I know people aren't thinking about it, but it's like, dude, Dick Cheney is going to be telling Joe Biden when to pull the trigger. Just think about that. Just think about that. Oh my God, it's going to be nuts, guys. It's going to be nuts. But that's what everyone wanted. Everyone wanted to get rid of Trump. I'm like, all right, now we have Dick Cheney. It's amazing. It's almost like the real neoconservatives have been trolling everyone the whole time. The whole time. The whole time. As soon as Trump won the Republican nomination in 2016, I think some of these neoconservatives were like, long con. Let's go with the long con and let's get Dick Cheney back in office. Let's start fucking it up in the Middle East again. Let's get Halliburton going again. Come on. Oil prices are too fucking low. Let's get it going. It's really, I was reading up on Dick Cheney last night, and I was like, this fucking guy. Do you know that he was the White House chief of staff in 1975? 1975. Gerald Ford. He was the fucking chief of staff in 1975. And then he got into the White House in 2001. That's insane. 25 years. And then he got into the White House. And now he's back. Not directly, but he's back. He's back. Give it up for Dick Cheney. Richard. Tricky Dick. He's the real Tricky Dick. Fuck Richard Nixon. It's Dick Cheney. It's really unfortunate because I think at this point, any hope of anything meaningful coming from this election, like if you wanted healthcare, I don't think you're going to get it. If you wanted a better business environment, whether you voted Trump or Biden, if you wanted a better environment for small businesses, I don't think you're going to get it. I think corporations are going to take an even larger share of the market, larger and larger. They're going to pay less taxes. I don't give a fuck what Joe Biden does. I don't care if he raises corporate tax. Corporations don't pay taxes. People don't understand this. Like they have entire departments dedicated to not paying taxes. Pay the smallest amount of tax. Why do you think they have entities all over the world? Why do you think they have, every company has an office in Ireland? Why? Because their corporate tax rate is 15%. What the fuck? That's why when Trump lowered it, I was like, that's actually good. It's going to mean more companies want to have corporate, that kind of clerical, administrative, all that shit. Now they're like, well, we can have it in America. It's feasible because we don't have a 35% tax on all the money that entity generates. It's 22. You understand how much money that is for a company like Amazon? You're taking 13% tax off a company like Amazon. That's billions of dollars. Okay? Billions. They're like, they weren't going to spend the 35. That's what people don't understand. When it's like, well, yeah, but that means the government's not getting that from them, right? It's like, no. Here's what happens. If you have the corporate tax rate at 35%, companies are not going to pay it. They're going to move that money to other countries where they have lower tax rates, okay? They aren't going to have that money in the United States. So they're going to, actually the government gets 0%. 0% of a lot of that money. That 35% only comes from a very small chunk of pie at that point. But if you make it 22%, all of a sudden the company's like, actually, we can keep quite a bit of the money in America. We don't mind paying these American taxes because they're actually pretty competitive. But when you have them super high, nobody's paying that shit. People don't get it. People just don't understand it, man. I try to explain it. I try to break it down. I try to give you a hot porn star of the podcast. I try to do it for you. But nobody fucking cares. Everybody just wants communism because it's easier. All right. We'll see, man. I don't think it's going to be that easy. I think communism's going to suck. But it's what the people want. Here's my thing. Are they going to have legal weed when they have communism? Is that going to be still legal? What's the deal there? I'm not trying to do my Bill Clinton impression, but what is going to happen with marijuana if you have communism? Because I don't know if a lot of these Che Guevara t-shirt looking motherfuckers know this, but marijuana is very, very illegal in China. I don't think Mao Zedong was lighting up big fat blunts. I don't think that was happening. I don't think Joseph Stalin was smoking sativa. I don't think so. I'm not a historical expert. I'll give you that. I'm not. But I'm pretty sure communist countries are not that pro marijuana. At least today and in the past. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but right now, one of the most pro marijuana countries in the world is America. And Canada. And the Netherlands, all capitalist countries. They're not communist. They have elements of socialism, you can say that. America does too. We can't deny that. The government spends money on shit. I'm not a fan of it, but they do it. But it's not communist. There are private entities, private property, John Locke, Ron Swanson, marijuana, all right? Only in America. I'm not saying we're number one, but we're number one in weed. We got the best shit going right now. I swear to God, we got to legalize weed all over the country and start exporting this shit. That's how we wipe out the debt. That's how we do it. You guys remember the opium wars? Do you guys remember history class? Probably fucking not. But if you did, you would know about the opium wars. These were wars straight up fought over opium, a drug. You know how much fucking opium they were shipping across the Middle East, man? Getting everybody stoned as shit? Making bank? That's what we got to do with weed now. It's the only way to do it, guys. And unfortunately, a lot of conservatives are still against it. And also, unfortunately, a lot of liberals, I think, are not. They're pro marijuana being legalized, but they don't want to make money off the shit. They don't want to make money shipping this shit around the world, corporatizing it and making it big. They don't want to make it big. Maybe I'm the only one who has big dreams. Maybe I'm the only one who wants to do it big. Okay? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I think America has that spirit of doing it big. We always do it big. We're fucking America. We broke off from the British Empire. You kidding me? We beat the Nazis. We went to the moon. Now we're going to fucking legalize weed and send it all over the planet. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do, baby. Are you excited? You should be. Because Joe Biden's he's the president-elect. Ah! It's funny to say. It is fun, Joe Biden. He's a crazy motherfucker. And he knows it. He knows he's insane. He's just fucking crazy. Ah, blah, blah. Joe Biden, baby. I just don't know how it's going to end up. I just really don't know how it's going to end up, because I could see it happening where Trump takes it back in the courts. You know, Trump's taking it to court, and I could see a scenario where the courts side with him and he ends up winning the election after court overthrows or overturns a bunch of ballots. I could see it happening, and man, are a lot of people going to be pissed. A lot of people are going to be pissed. Super pissed. Antifa is going to go nuts. And that's going to be interesting to watch, because right now they're already going a little nuts because they're like, hey, Joe Biden, don't forget about the woke shit. Don't forget about it. They're still having their things. Here's the thing. The election didn't change anything. Trump people are still at Trump rallies, like fish concerts for people who don't do drugs. Antifa is still out doing Antifa. Black Lives Matter is still out doing Black Lives Matter. I'm still out doing comedy. Everybody's doing the same thing. Nothing changed, and nothing's gonna change, all right? Your life will never change again. It changed already with COVID, and now it's forever gonna be COVID. It's not going back to normal. It's not, okay? I'm doing a virtual show that's a live virtual, in-person, non-virtual virtual show on December 3rd for Oakland University, so there's that too. It's never going back to the same. It's never. Governor Whitmer is locking it down. That crazy bitch. 9/11 every 3 days, okay? That's all I'm saying. It's what it is. You can't convince me that it's not a 9/11. Are there planes involved? Are there? Ooh. And here's the thing. 9/11 was a plot. Maybe coronavirus was a plot. Ooh. That's the thing. Two can play at your little game. If it's 9/11, it's 9/11, baby. Let's do it. Let's fucking get into it, all right? Because if you're saying it's 9/11, I got even more questions, okay? Because I know she intended to do it. And this is what someone on Twitter said, too. Well, she was just trying to put the numbers into perspective for people. And I saw that and was like, yeah, now you're playing my game. If you're putting things into perspective, let me put something into perspective, lady. There was a plot to kidnap you. 9/11 was a plot, successful, to destroy American lives. What was coronavirus? If it's the same thing, wasn't it also a plot? Whoa.